everyone, it's Holly and welcome to another book memories video. It has been a little while since I did one of these, so I thought I would do another one, and this time I wanted to talk about Twilight. And I don't have any books to show you because I do own them, but they're in storage. I've read Twilight. I don't talk about it a lot here, but I did read it. It was a time in my life and it was important enough I figured I would discuss it. I will say that initially when I read them, so I started reading them right before the first movie came out, and I ended up borrowing them from a friend, and I just destroyed those books. I was immediately sucked in, had to read them like one after the other, which is read. And then I loved them and asked for them for Christmas, and so those are the editions I have. And I'm actually not sure if I've read either Eclipse or Breaking Dawn in the versions that I have. Then I decided to reread them and did not like them nearly as much as I did the first time. I started to see a lot of the flaws in the books, both like literal flaws, like grammatical and structural flaws, those kinds of things. And also just like the character flaws, like issues I have with Bella's character and Edward's behavior and those kinds of things. Now I totally see, like, I don't want to get into like a conversation about Twilight, but like in that way, but I totally get that Bella, and this is probably why I got sucked in, she's a very flat, boring character, which makes it very easy for you to put yourself in her perspective, which I think is why it's such an easy book for people to get into. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not something I'm looking for in a book. I did watch the movies. I've only seen the first two. I kind of want to see the other ones, but I would never buy them, so if they ever show up on Netflix, I would probably check them out. And I have no problem with other people liking Twilight. Like, that is fine, and I totally get that so many people, like, that was their gateway into reading, and, like, that is great. That, you know, feel free. Gateway and read. And I actually did not know this until fairly recently. Wallbanger, which I love, started out as Twilight fanfiction, and it makes me want to reread it and see if I see similarities, because when I look back on it, I don't see similarities, like, at least structurally, and even character-wise, I don't really see. I mean, I guess I see how kind of like the friendship dynamics are probably the same or similar, but like 50 Shades of Grey, like, that freaking book is like Twilight, like plot point after plot point after plot point. And I love Wallbanger, so I also will say that a part of me kind of wants to reread them. I've been feeling like this lately, like the last month or so. I've been kind of like, should I reread those? Like, and just see what it's like. You know, it's been several years. I read them in my sophomore year of college. See what would happen if I read them now. I don't know. I might do that. I don't know if that's something I would do this year, but maybe next year. If it's something you'd be interested in, me rereading them and then maybe doing like videos talking about my feelings on them, good or bad, let me know, because that would probably help. But I'm in like a different place in my life now, and so I'm kind of curious to see how my opinions would form at this point. And I mean, I've kind of held on to them for some reason, so clearly I don't want to get rid of them. And you know, even though they're in storage, like, I could very easily donate them, but for some reason I stopped myself from doing that. So I don't know. We'll see. But so those are my thoughts and my feelings and my history with the Twilight. So if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!